So guys, welcome to Guatemala. It's Lent time here in Guatemala. We're waiting for the procession and I'm talking to Eddie here. I'm gonna ask Eddie, what are we celebrating? So what are we celebrating here today, Eddie?
Estamos celebration la procesión de Guardia de Honor San Miguel Arcángel.
That's right, my friends. We're celebrating the procession of San Miguel. In English, it's San Michael, the Archangel. San Miguel Arcángel in Spanish, guys. And we're gonna walk Guatemala. So welcome to Guatemala.
Guatemala.
So guys, Guatemala is quite excited today because remember, we're a Catholic country, and so I have some Guatemalans here. We're gonna ask them some questions about the procession. ¿Cómo están?
Bien, bien, gracias, bienvenido, gracias a Dios.
Qué gusto. ¿En qué parte de Guatemala nos encontramos ahorita?
Acá estamos a la 18 calle y 12 avenida de la ciudad de Guatemala.
So we are on 18th Street and 12th Avenue here in Guatemala City, right?
Yes.
¿Y con quién tengo el gusto?
Con David Romero, con mi señora Rocío del Carmen.
So, ¿con quién tengo el gusto? It means, in Spanish means, who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? ¿Con quién tengo el gusto? Entonces, vamos a preguntarles otra vez. So we're going to ask him, who do I have the pleasure? And so you guys can understand the question. ¿Con quién tengo el gusto?
Con David Enrique Romero.
Y... amigos, esta es la gente guatemalteca. So guys, this is the Guatemalan people and we're going to walk Guatemala. Thank you guys. Gracias.
Bye.
So guys, we're going to continue walking Guatemala before night falls. Before night falls. And so how do you say that in Spanish? Antes que caiga la noche. Okay, so these ones that you are looking at right now are called alfombras. So alfombra literally translates into carpet. So these ones are a different type of alfombra, but you can call it an alfombra, a carpet, okay? Alfombra. All right, and the reason why you see a lot of guys wearing uniforms here, it's because this procession belongs to the military. So the parish is inside a military base here in Guatemala, and it's called the parish of San Miguel Arcángel. So in English that would be Saint Michael Archangel. And what they're doing is they're just waiting for the procession. And so how do you say that in Spanish? They are just waiting for the procession. All right, so we are located in Guatemala Historical Center. This is Zone 1. This is 19th Street here. And what you see is a whole bunch of soldiers waiting for the procession. Now it's called processional walk. Now processional walk in Spanish transfers to anda procesional. Anda procesional means the decadence of the walking as they carry the float. So Jesus is being carried on a float. Jesús está siendo traído en una anda. And that's how we celebrate Lent here in Guatemala. And we're just gonna keep walking. We'll be coming back to see the procession in just a moment. All right, so more and more alfombras have been elaborate. Yeah, elaborate because there's a lot of work. This is not one piece. This is like a tapestry. It's all put together. So how do you say tapestry in Spanish? Well, that's a good word. I'm gonna have to find out. So guys, we are in March, and here in Guatemala there is a lot of rain. That's the reason why the country is known as the country of eternal spring. So how do you say we are in March? Estamos en marzo. And so how do you say that's why the country is known as the country of eternal spring? Y por eso el país es conocido como el país de la eterna primavera. And I have some Guatemalan ladies here. I'm gonna show you. They don't know yet, but I'm gonna ask them a question. Ellas no saben, pero les voy a hacer una pregunta. Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hola, bien, bien.
¿Dónde estamos?
Estamos en la zona 1
Estamos en la zona 1. ¿En qué ciudad?
de Guatemala.
Guatemala, eso. And I'm gonna ask him a question because they're sharing something about Guatemala. están compartiendo algo acerca de Guatemala, del clima, the weather. Now they just told me, ellos me acaban de decir, that last year it rained, que el año pasado llovió. ¿Es cierto que llovió?
Llovió, empapados, pero ahí estaban los reservistas de la Reserva Naval haciendo su responsabilidad de carga.
So she's saying, yeah, it did rain, and the reserve forces from Guatemala, they stay here with the responsibility of carrying the float. But we're going to ask him about the date because it's March. ¿Y la fecha en la que llovió cuál era?
El año pasado se hizo en la primera semana de abril.
So last year was the first week of April, my friends. And here in Guatemala, it rains a lot. And on top we had El Niño. Tuvimos el fenómeno del Niño, ¿verdad?
Así es.
So el Niño phenomenon was affecting Guatemala weather conditions here. Ok. ¿Algún saludo para alguien en alguna parte del mundo? Invitándolos a que vengan a Guatemala, tal vez.
Pues como Guatemala es la eterna primavera, los invitamos a que vengan a visitar de estas famosas alfombras.
Did you guys hear that? I'm gonna ask her to repeat again. Guatemala is the country of eternal spring, and so she's saying, welcome to visit Guatemala and to get to know the art here of the alfombras. A ver, una vez más, una invitación a que vengan aquí a Guatemala.
Que vengan a conocer las tradiciones guatemaltecas como lo es la alfombra en la antes de Semana Santa.
That's right, guys. Welcome to know the traditions of Guatemala. Welcome to live, Lent here in Guatemala with the alfombras, and that's the way we celebrate Lent here in Guatemala. We're going to say thank you to these ladies. Les vamos a decir gracias y les vamos a pedir que se despidan de ustedes.
Adiós. Adiós.
Gracias. All right, guys, so I was thinking about going to the next zone here in Guatemala. Guatemala is divided in zones. We are in zone 1 here. So if we keep going on this direction, the next zone is only like 4 blocks away. It's called zone 4. And then we have San Pedrito. San Pedrito is a church right there where they're going to have some of these alfombras as well. But as you can see, if you look at the sky, the night is already falling here in Guatemala. So we're just gonna go back and we're gonna be with the procession for just a moment. And I hope you guys enjoy getting to know Guatemala, the culture and its language. ¿Cómo están? Eso. Bueno amigos, vamos a caminar. Let's walk Guatemala. All right, so it's almost 6 p.m. in the afternoon. There's a lot of wind. How do you say that in Spanish? It's almost 6 p.m. and there's a lot of wind. Son casi las 6 y hay mucho viento. And people are still working with the alfombras. La gente todavía está trabajando con las alfombras.
Bueno, ustedes ya miren, pues, ustedes necesito ver que no van a cargar para irse ya para el turno. No, porque ella les va a dar turno.
So I was under the impression that the alfombras have already been made. Estaba con la impresión de que las alfombras ya estaban hechas. I was under the impression that the alfombras have been already made. Estaba con. So as you can see, as the processional walk keeps heading towards the parish, they are building new alfombras, and that's basically the process. All right, so as you can see, as the processional walk or the procession keeps coming on this direction, they are making more alfombras. Bueno, como pueden ver, mientras se acerca el anda procesional están haciendo más alfombras. Mientras se acerca el anda procesional están haciendo más alfombras. Okay, we're heading back towards the processional walk or the procession. All right, guys, and I know you want to see Jesus, of course. Así es. Bueno, sé que quieren ver a Jesús. I know you want to see Jesus. Sé que quieren ver a Jesús. So we're walking towards the float. Estamos caminando hacia el anda.
Haz que cuando expiremos, nuestras almas entreguemos por la misericordia de Dios, descansen en paz. Amén. Padre nuestro, que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre.
Holy Father,
Venga a
who art
nosotros tu
in
reino.
heaven,
Hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en la tentación y líbranos del mal. Amén. Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor está contigo. Bendita eres entre todas las mujeres y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
En la Madre Santísima, aquella que recibió el regalo de la encarnación
what
del
he's
Hijo de
saying is that
Dios,
it's 6 p.m. in the
y le
afternoon, and it would be a
decimos, el
beautiful
ángel del
moment
Señor lo anunció a María.
to recognize the moment the Virgin Mary
Dios
was
te
told that she
salve,
was going
María,
to have.
llena eres de gracia,
Jesus.
el Señor es contigo.
That's the prayer that
Bendita
it's
eres
taking
entre todas las
place at this
mujeres,
moment.
y bendito
So
es
this
el
is the
fruto de tu
prayer
vientre,
to
Jesús.
Mary, the Virgin Mary, and the blessing of the one due to the fact that she was going to have a baby who
Ojalá
was going to be
podamos decir
Jesus.
como María.
So guys, it's 6 p.m. in the afternoon and the processional walk is just arriving here at the intersection of 18th Street and 12th Avenue. So how do you say that? It's 6 p.m. in the afternoon here in Guatemala. Son las 6 de la tarde aquí en Guatemala. It's 6 p.m. here in Guatemala. Son las 6 de la tarde aquí en Guatemala. The procession is just arriving at the intersection of 18th Street and 12th Avenue. La procesión está arribando a la intersección de la 18 calle y 12 avenida. Alright guys, procession is coming to the intersection. La procesión está llegando a la intersección. This is gonna take a while. That's the usual way it happens. Esto va a tomar un momento y usualmente así es como pasa. It's a processional walk basically comes from the fashion in which the float is carried by the members of the church. Processional walk, anda procesional, and the way it is carried by the members of the church, la forma en que es traído por los miembros de la iglesia, processional walk, and that's why the name comes from processional walk, because of the decadence of the walking. Por la decadencia del caminar es que ha obtenido el nombre de procesión. So the instrument that he's playing, it's called sijola. And this gentleman that you see playing it, he's a master playing it, and he specializes on playing the sijola, and it's always accompanying the float, the processional walk here in Guatemala. How do you say playing the sijola? Tocando el sijola. Tocando el sijola, playing the sijola. So I'm finding out how many people are carrying the float, and I'm going to ask someone in Spanish. ¿Cuánta gente lleva la procesión?
La procesión, esta andaría la van cargando 56 personas.
This procession has been carried by 56 people.
de manera externa y adentro hay espacio para que carguen 20 personas más.
So externally it's 56 and inside there's space for 20 more people. So total 56 and 20, that's 76. 76. All right, thank you, gracias. So living traditions of faith, Catholic faith in Guatemala. Living traditions of Catholic faith in Guatemala. Las tradiciones vivientes de la fe católica en Guatemala. People congregate every year to celebrate Lent. La gente se congrega todos los días para celebrar, todos los años para celebrar Cuaresma. So people congregate every year to celebrate Lent. La gente se congrega todos los años para celebrar Cuaresma. Night has fallen in Guatemala and we are leaving Zone 1 in Historical Center and heading towards Zone 5. Next stop is going to be San Pedrito. It's a parish here in Zone 5. We are leaving Zone 1 Historical Center. Nos estamos yendo de la Zona 1 Centro Histórico. Nos estamos yendo de Zona 1 Centro Histórico. We're leaving Zone 1 Historical Center. Alright, so we're gonna say goodbye from Guatemala City. This is the 4th weekend of Lent here, and since it is a Catholic country, celebration is gonna continue for the next 2 to 3 weeks before Pascua, amigos.